Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fitzgerald, and this is welcome to the Find Ways to Win broadcast. No, we're just going to be chopping it up a little bit, as my friend Chris Dunn Samir would say. Talk about something that kind of near and dear to our heart, college football. As you can see, we have our school colors on. I'm Alabama alumni, thank God. And my friend right there,
You are
my
cursed.
friend is a
You are
Georgia
cursed.
Bulldogs, who
Cursed.
actually used to play football with the Georgia Bulldogs. So we've been talking about a couple of things in reference to the season. We don't know if there's going to be a season. We The title of the stream is "Will College Football Happens as We Know It?" And so that's something we're going to talk about. We hope there will be a season. It's become very much part of the fabric of this country, as far as with that, and it brings a lot of excitement and brings a lot of anticipation. But more importantly, it brings a lot of income. The income to various communities. I know up there where University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa, as well as Athens, Georgia, where the University of Georgia is located. No, the economy is really dependent upon that. So, Diane says, I appreciate you taking time to join us and everything that.
No problem.
On my first split live screen. But hey, man, you played football at UGA. And you've been a part of some great coaches there. Some good moments there at Georgia football. The terrain. You was recruited there. You went on a full scholarship there to play football and track. So you have a better perspective of most people that would have that from both a player's standpoint and a fan standpoint. What do you think, man? Do we got more important things to worry about than football? Which obviously the answer would be yes. But what did this mean from a community as well as a business economic stance? Without football, without college football being a part of the equation right now.
Well, first of all, Fisher, thank you for having me on, and I'm so thankful to be on the first ever live stream for Find Ways to Win. This is the first inaugural.
First time I invited a guest.
Oh, so you streamed before live?
Yeah, I've been live before. I have one video.
Okay. Well, I'm happy and thankful to be the first guest. So I went to the University of Georgia, Athens, Georgia, and pretty much the city is centered around the university. So the university is I would say, the economic engine of the city. So from your Walmarts to your restaurants, your gym, your jobs. I mean, University of Georgia in Athens is the biggest employer in that area, in that city. And then let's deal with the sports. Football. Sanford Stadium holds 100,000. A real stadium compared to that, whatever they got, that little parking lot or that little grass field they got in Tuscaloosa. A real stadium.
We had 17 national championship flags hanging up in that real stadium. You have how many in Athens?
And they all need to be investigated. I'm sure y'all are paying folks. I'm sure mama's watching.
Call a person tell them to change that championship flag that you got back in 1980. It might be falling apart with 40 years ago. But hey, keep criticizing my beloved Alabama Tide.
So that's number one. I mean, the city is centered around the university. Number two, football. Let's deal with football. So Sanford Stadium holds 100,000 people. I mean, you got to think about it. I would say a year, Georgia football alone generates, I would guess, probably around $200 million a year.
Oh, that's a huge figure.
Yeah. So you have to think about those businesses like downtown Athens. I mean, you have to literally during the week, outside of maybe a Thursday night. All right. And this is when school is actually in. So when school's not in, right, during the summer, Thursday night, downtown Athens is the place to be. Weekends is kind of quiet because school is out. So a lot of times people who are there for summer school, they probably go back home on the weekends. During football season, okay, just Athens alone, all right, turns into probably doubles the size of its population almost. Okay, so then think about all that business that's going to downtown after the games. I mean, you have the restaurants, you have the hotels, hospitality. I mean, you have all these industries or businesses that cater not only to the university, but primarily to football. Now, that's being threatened. They're saying they're going to have games, but see, as far as I think, I'm not sure what they're going to do in regards to the amount of people or fans that can attend the actual physical games. I haven't heard how that's going to play out. So that's going to be interesting. Then the question is, okay, how's that going to affect tailgating? Are they going to enforce social distancing during tailgating as well? Like, how's that going to work? I want to say, I think it was Auburn, maybe one of these schools. They had to cancel. They haven't been able to practice since Tuesday. It's a school in the SEC. They haven't been able to practice since Tuesday because people keep testing positive on the football team for coronavirus.
That sounds like Alabama, man. We've had five new cases.
No, but literally just recently. No. Hold on, let me look this up. So I think it's Auburn where they had to shut practice down. And then I want to say, yeah, outbreak at Alabama. So I want to say, number one, the University of Alabama, I think they had over 1,000 students test positive.
Yeah, that sounds like Alabama. Tuscaloosa is kind of in trouble, man, with this outbreak. I was looking at some of the news today on Google, and it said about like 5 athletes tested positive, and the mayor of Tuscaloosa is actually giving some updates on what's happening. I think it's hitting Tuscaloosa a little bit harder than what's anticipated. I can know from being an undergrad there and spending several years there in pursuit of my degree. Tuscaloosa will seems like it doubles in size too, or close to it, when the games are coming there. I'm looking at when I was a kid, undergrad, we went to the games at student tickets. They came in as part of your package. You can get them for relatively cheap, and our stadium too holds 100,000 plus people, but It transforms the community. We have a little strip down there called University Boulevard. Runs right through the center of the right on the edge of the university. I'd say to the center of the university, kind of, and it all the way to the highway. But there's a ton of businesses there. I remember Joe Namath used to have a restaurant called Legends there, if it's still there, and a lot of restaurants, particularly the restaurants, a couple of bars and things, and they really depended upon that revenue when game time comes, because and once like the breaks happen, like Thanksgiving breaks or any other school holiday, man, it's sort of a ghost town on the university, and so they brought a lot of revenue there that people just can't dismiss. It's not all about games. To some people, like, hey, I'm going to go see Alabama and play Georgia or Auburn, whoever we get ready to put foot in that week. Don't make a difference to us. But nevertheless, that's true. But nevertheless, what we're looking at, okay, how are these people going to replace that income?
Right.
Okay. That's on top of the coronavirus that, unfortunately with Tuscaloosa, we're getting a couple of cases there and nobody wants to have that. But, when the Athens and Tuscaloosa, University of Georgia, University of Alabama, respectively, I mean, they bring tens of millions of dollars into that economy, and people really depend upon that. And also, Prince, we're not talking about the other implication that people losing jobs, man. People are having to depend upon that income, because it's more than just football, ladies and gentlemen. Football is a business, and people depend upon those jobs that those businesses to create to take care of their families, take care of their livelihood. Now, as that's threatened, and if you don't have anything that's going on that you're making another income besides your job, and we certainly could talk to you about that. You need to, it's going to be a precarious situation. Now, the athletes, Prince Amir, are they going to be fine, or are they going to be the same, or will they survive this, or would it be changes? Will they have to go back home? Will they lose their scholarships? Are they still recruiting like nobody's business? I mean, what's the implication to them?
If there's no season, I'm not sure. So it's weird. So the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, they're going to be doing spring ball. I don't know how that's going to work. And the question is it even worth it? Because, the SEC, Big 12, and the ACC, you know, the 3 out of the Power 5, they're going to be playing this fall. And then there's still going to be a national championship game in February, or I'm sorry, in January. Like the NCAA, the national championship game is still on. So it's like, okay, you play spring ball, but what are you playing for? Because they're not going to crown a national champion for the spring. So from my understanding, there's going to be a spring ball. And then for the Pac-12, but then for the Big Ten, they were talking about starting their season right after Thanksgiving, which is going to carry into I don't know how that's going to look like.
I don't know how it's going to look either. The National Championship game is in January now, so you know, September is just a right around the corner. Generally, the games start around about September 7th, September 8th. You know, who's ever on the schedule, man. I don't know, because that so disturbs the groove of the scheduling that millions, including myself, are so accustomed to. I mean, I don't know. And then have you heard through any of your channels how they're going to go about this? I mean, I know like the basketball NBA is taking different steps to get the games to the fans, but you know, they're not like they're going to coliseums and stuff. So I mean, what does that mean? If we put, are we supposed to open up Stanford Stadium and Bryant-Denny Stadium just for the players? I mean, you know,
no, they're gonna have fans. They're gonna have fans. I don't know how they're gonna do that. If they're gonna practice social distancing, from my understanding, they're gonna have fans in the stadiums.
Man, you're familiar with your alma mater's Coliseum. I'm definitely familiar with mine, man. People are together like this. What do you mean social distancing?
Well, they're not going to pack the stadium, from my understanding.
Then what? Who determines who to go? I mean,
that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm not sure how they're doing it. Yeah, but so that, from my understanding, they're not going to allow everyone into the stadium. So, so I'm not sure how that's going to look like yet.
Well, the big SEC school that I'm close to down here in Florida, obviously, is the University of Florida up in Gainesville. It's probably about about an hour and a half away. It's north of me. I'm, you know, I got to try to expand my football talents. I must admit, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very biased. I'm SEC SEC man, and so I keep up with that. You know, pretty much well. So at everybody else, but it's some great conferences out there. The Big Ten, where Ohio State is, and out there with Oklahoma and USC. It's some good clubs. It's some good clubs all the way around. You know, they have a rabid fan base, just like Alabama and Georgia does. And you know, I'm quite sure people want to see this. I think Prince, maybe people are looking at this like, wow, man, 2000 has been a incredible year of trials and blows, you know, that we never expected. Look like maybe college football. I'm just looking forward to that. Just to let a little give me that feel good appeal, you know, because I love sports. You love sports, and I think a lot of people thinking like that too. But the it's not going to be like the way we think it is, man. It's not, you're not going to pack 100,000 people in the stands. But a lot of people are probably not going to be able to go like downtown Stanford or, you know, with the eateries, because if you got to implement social distancing, you know, that's going to affect businesses there. So it's going to be a different dynamic than what we're accustomed to seeing. But I do think the season will not be totally canceled. You know, when I say the season totally canceled, I'm talking about overall totally canceled. You know, I think there's going to be some way, because you know what, these guys have television contracts, and they have you know, they have obligations they got to meet too. College football, ladies and gentlemen, is a business.
All right.
No, you know, you can't just get wrapped up in the fans of it. It's a business, and the purpose of a business is to make money. But for those people, you know, hey, your jobs is affected. You're gonna look. You need to look at another way to, you know, to make sure you got additional income coming in your house. I mean, you have to look at that. You know, we could talk to that too. You just click on my website. You're going to find some information about that, and you know, you'll find, you know, right up in the right corner. You know, as far as my website, find ways to win. You know, as far as what we do to create extra businesses. You know, Don Ass and I are entrepreneurs, and you know, we definitely invite that. You know, to take a look at that. Once again, the website is Find Ways to Win, and then you're going to see my website right up in the corner. Prince Amir, do you still keep in contact with any of the old coaches, or the old players? I know you probably have some friends in the NFL and everything like that. I mean, do you still maintain contact with them? You know, and are they are people in like in the coaching fields or whatever, and you know, and how are they doing in this?
I don't keep up with anybody.
Okay.
Not
I mean,
really.
you still very much a fan of your beloved Bulldogs? Or?
I am. You know, I love my dog, but I haven't really caught up with, you know, stayed in touch with. There's a couple teammates I stay in touch with, but they're not really connected to the university. So I'm not sure.
Well, man, I just it'd be nice to see you guys start winning something actually for real, man. I mean, it'd be really big. I don't want to make it too rough on you where you won't come back, but you know, it'd be nice to see y'all start winning. We need a mix of things. Alabama can't win it all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna win it all. September, we play out what, October 17th to September 22nd. So we're gonna stop y'all in that toilet bowl you guys call a stadium. Bryant Denny, the Bryant Denny toilet bowl. We come to the toilet bowl and we're gonna stop y'all.
I know you have to keep straight face because I know on your show, your channel, Search for Uru. I know you really got to keep straight face and everything. But sometimes, man, people can say things that really ain't true. And, just to sound like they're looking good. You, honestly, God, don't think that the Georgia Bulldogs going to come in Tuscaloosa.
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
And walk out there with a W, do you?
I'm going to tell you today. Hold on. I'm going to tell you today. Hold on.
I mean, you don't really think they're going to come in to Tuscaloosa and walk out there with a win, do you? I mean, seriously, you can't think that.
October 17th, we're coming to Tuscaloosa. We can play on the parking lot. We can play on University Avenue. Basketball stadium, Bryant Denny, that toilet bowl.
I mean, Georgia got a good program, man, but just don't believe in winning big time. You guys are a great little regular season cat, but you just don't understand that. You just don't understand the functionality of winning on the big stage. I mean, whether it's the SEC, you did get an SEC championship about 2 years ago, back or 3.
2017, I believe. So
yeah, you got an SEC championship. Oh, that was you did go to the national championship. Who did you play last time you was in the national championship? Refresh my memory.
We played Alabama.
Yeah. You guys actually had us beat, man, for about like a minute left in the game. I mean, we was back on our 40-yard line, and you had sacked our quarterback, and we was up was it second or third and 20 or something like that. Y'all was celebrating. You know how y'all do. Yeah. Oh, let me see what happened. I was in Buffalo, New York, 716 Club. I had met an Alabama cat, like sitting around there. Got a couple of glasses too. I had my head down the first down. Oh, I remember what, man. I was jumping up and down a little bit later. Tula over. Through that pass, that 40-yard pass, I think it wasn't in, we didn't go to overtime, did we?
We did go to overtime. I believe we went to overtime.
Well, okay. Tough break, man. Tough break. No, tough break. Hey, you probably got a chance to redeem yourself a regular season,
October 17th, we come into Alabama.
Hey, man, what do we need to do to go to that game? What do we need to do? What rabbit do we need to pull out of a hat? I mean, obviously, you could be my guest on there. I'll take you around, show you the campus. What do we need to do? Yeah. I mean, you would really like it. It has a championship. Tuscaloosa, University of Alabama has a championship atmosphere, man. The atmosphere is electric because, we win. We just win. We play for national championships. That's all.
Fitzgerald, we're going to stomp the brakes out of y'all. October 17th. Okay.
So you don't believe that, man. I mean, I love the fact my audience, looking at you and stuff like that. I don't want to take it too hard. You know what? If I have some Georgia fans on there, I'll tell y'all what, you got some dang pretty helmets. I like those colors, and everything like that. Y'all good, but I'm Alabama alumni. You got to understand how I think. But so Prince, in a conclusion that as far as we get ready to go in here now, what do you think, man? Get to the personal notice, the thing like that. People with incomes, man. People without incomes. Is it almost sacrilege to be talking about football now with the country hurting so bad?
I actually think it's like I would say the conferences that are playing, it's somewhat a good thing because now some of those jobs and opportunities are going to come back.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
From concessions to security, some of those jobs are going to come back. And then also too, that's going to bleed over to, these downtown areas and just the city in general. So at least they're going to have something, something better than nothing as far as revenue being brought into the city. Because I mean, some of these other places, Columbus, Ohio, dead. Lincoln, Nebraska.
Columbus, Ohio's a pretty big city, though. I mean, it's a pretty good sized city with a lot.
Yeah, but Ohio State still. I mean, during
yeah, football, you can't deny that. I remember when I was driving through there, man. You can feel the OSU all through that.
Yeah, so then you have Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean,
Corn Huskers. I've never been out there and stuff like that. And what is the Penn State is in College Station. The Nifty Lions.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley. Well, it's happy when Penn State Lions are paying, when the Nifty Lions are playing, because they're bringing a lot of that income in there. And so, man, all these communities depend upon these athletic programs to really put an infusion of capital, to really employ thousands of people, from the vendors to the T-shirt makers to the restaurants, especially. I know when I go down to Tuscaloosa, I'm not concerned about taking sack lunches. I want to go eat at one of the restaurants down there that I know very well. I want to get that feel and walk in there and spend some money, just to, whether it's picking up souvenirs and stuff. So it's a very, very big deal. So I personally would like to have what we'll hope there will be a college football season. I don't remember when it hasn't been. I mean, it's just a part of the fabric of my life as breathing God's air. I mean, but I really would like to see it. I must say I am a fan, even though I have graduated, over 30 years ago, I still get hyped up when Alabama comes on to play, and still like watching SEC and Michigan and these great teams. I just like that competition factor. But nevertheless, we hope we don't want to be insensitive to just push this out here. And I want to say that again, emphasize that we know there are bigger things on the table. We know the country has to do a lot of healing. We know there's COVID out there, people losing their lives. We know the racial disparity. We know we got an upcoming presidential election, whoever your candidates for that. We know we got a lot of differences and difference of opinions, should I say, in this nation right now. But college football is one of those things just seem to bring people together. And even when people have their different rivalries, like obviously you can see with me with Dynass, me with Alabama, and Prince Amir with Georgia. I mean, we're still friends. I mean, that's there's bigger things, but we like to keep that little competition. But we still both enjoy watching it. So I know, Prince, you have another appointment about a little bit ago. I just thank you for coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if your income is threatened, or you look for any ways to to see what making additional income, you're gonna have to become an entrepreneur. You're going to have to you're going to have to create things, especially with the tightness in there. You can I have a link on there to my business website. There you will see it there with the realmoney.info, John Fitzgerald, and so click that up to get you some information. I would love to talk to you about that, and join up with you like that, because that's exactly what Prince Amir and I do. We're entrepreneurs, and that's how we make our thing. And I must say we come across a lot of people who know that they have to seize control of the economy of their own home, because obviously what is happening right now, it's been really, who could have foreseen this? Just a lot of stuff going on. Prince Amir, I'll give you closing words, man. Even though it's in there, I know you and I have a great relationship. So, I would just give you closing words on whatever's on your head. Oh, also, ladies and gentlemen, Prince Dynass Amir has a channel. Search for Uru. Search for Uru, SEARH.
No, SEARCHFORUHURU. Search for Uhuru. Everybody, search for Uhuru.
Yeah, I strongly recommend you click on it. I'm a subscriber to myself, and so he puts some incredible content out there. So I know you really would enjoy it. So we appreciate it. And Dynass, I appreciate your time, man, for coming on right here, talking to the audience, and so I wish everybody well, and hopefully we will have a season. Hopefully it will. We need something. How can I put it? We need something to kind of unite the people. We need something to kind of unite this nation. And very few people, disagree on football. We just need something to bring a little harmony and little peace and a little forgetfulness in this nation. We got a lot of stuff. Been a tough year for some, should I say, 2020. A lot of people, everyone had to adjust, including myself and Prince Diana Samir. So I just feel like we kind of need the season, Diana. I believe that people need to feel good, and people need to to get a chance to get some more influx into their communities and in their homes and stuff like that, and influx of capital. So look forward to it. So until next time, my name is Fitzgerald Stevens of Find Ways to Win, and that's exactly what this channel is about, just finding ways to win, because I believe there's a way to win out of any situation. We just got to find that way, be solution oriented, and see what opportunities we could take a hold and seize. Prince Amir, once again, thank you for your time, and ladies and gentlemen, until next time, you guys have an awesome day.
Peace.
Roll Tide.